I'm actually making a video. Let me just clap for myself once again. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hi guys, and welcome back to Practicing Well. I'm Cindy, for those of you who haven't been here before. For those of you who have been here before, I apologize from the bottom of my heart. Okay? It's been a minute. No, it's been about a few years. Yeah. Let's just say years. Let's just say that this is a new channel, okay? Thank you for taking me in with your open arms and for forgiving me. The Lord will bless you. So as you can see from the title, this video is going to be about envy and jealousy and comparison and all that negative stuff. If you know that what I'm going to say is going to cut you deep, keep watching, because you most likely need to keep watching. If you identify this in yourself or in people around you, or you just want to know more about it and how it can affect your life, keep watching. If you just want to watch, just watch. If you don't want to watch, that's okay too. Maybe it's jealousy. I'm joking. Maybe it is. I'm joking. Jealousy is something that I found within me. And I was hella shook when I found it. When I realized I was being jealous, I was like, bruv, what is that? Because I genuinely thought that it wasn't jealousy, because I never wanted to be someone who could be linked to jealousy, or someone who could be jealous of another person, because I knew scripturally what it meant and the dangers of it. It made me ask myself, like, why are we jealous of each other? Why do we compare ourselves to one another? Why are we not content and happy with what we have, or what we're doing, or who we are, or how we're doing the things that we're doing them? Like, why are we not content with our own portion? Why are we looking at other people and looking at them as though they have more and desiring what they have? So, definition of envy is, let me just go to Google's is my friend. A desire to have a quantity, possession, or other desirable things belonging to someone else. Your bad mind. There were different stages in my life when I used to compare myself to other people and desire what other people had. This comparison would sometimes lead to me having a low self-esteem, and sometimes it would lead to jealousy. One of the main reasons why it would lead to jealousy was because I was frustrated with myself. I was frustrated that I wasn't doing the things that I knew that I could do. But then this jealousy would be disguised as something else. Would either be, oh, I can't really take them, I don't really like them. And then I had to sit back and I said, Cindy, why are you being a hater? If the person I was envious of, yeah, would ever say, hold tight all my haters, it would cut me, you know, because I knew that I was a hater. I knew that deep down they were hold tight in me. They were giving me a shout out that I didn't want. Hold tight, Cindy, my hater. When I was getting my definition of jealousy on Google, and the NHS came up, and I was like, rah, the NHS is talking about jealousy. And you know what? It makes sense, because jealousy is something that we need to be cured from. Jealousy is something that we need to be delivered from. It's something that it's not normal. It shouldn't be in us. It shouldn't have any part of us. According to the NHS, these are a few things that jealousy causes. It causes anger, anxiety. It makes you feel threatened. It also causes sleeping problems, poor appetite, and depression. Please, let's get out of jealousy, because I don't have time to have a poor appetite. I don't have time to not eat because I'm jealous. No. On a serious note, jealousy is poison, and it's an obstacle to the way that God desires you to live. Because think about it, if you're jealous of someone, how can you actually love them? Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant. You can't be envious of someone and then in the same breath say that you love them. You will not be able to love them fully or love them purely, because you have this thing in your heart against them, that you are so dissatisfied with your own life that you desire what they have. Even the fact that you're dissatisfied with your own life. Sometimes we're envious of someone because of the way they look, because of the things that they're doing, because of the life that they have, like all these different things. Why are you so dissatisfied? Why do we get to this position where that we are so ungrateful to God? Like when I was growing up here, I used to be envious of girls that were slim, because I was a thickums, yeah. I was a very thick child, yes. I had some thunder thighs. There was a period of time when I was very insecure about my weight. I was very insecure about my size, because everyone else around me in my age was a lot smaller. I was always the biggest girl in every group that I was in. And I was just like, I was so uncomfortable, and I just felt like it was so unnatural for me to be so different. So I would just look at other girls and I'd be like, oh, I wish I had like their thighs, or I wish I had their arms, or I wish I had their stomach. Like, why did I look the way that I did? And I would be so irritated. And you know what's funny? One time I had this weird imagination that made me smile, but it's so twisted. I imagined myself being at like school or like in an assembly. The way that I looked was a costume, and I imagined myself standing in front of everyone and kind of having a zip and just unzipping myself, and then this beautiful slim girl with like long luscious hair and beautiful skin would just stand in front of everyone, and everyone would be amazed, like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. And it's weird because I was trying to create another human being in my mind. I was trying to recreate myself as though God had not done something good enough, like as though God made a mistake with me. He didn't make any mistake, and it's the moment that I realized that, you know what, I have to see myself in the way that Christ sees me. Listen, envy and comparison, poison, like I mentioned, poison. If there's something within us that needs to be uprooted and we really need to be separated from, our minds start to play tricks on us. And that's why it's so important to make sure that your mind is constantly being washed by the word of God, and that you are walking in a renewed mind. Because we're feeding ourselves with lies and deception, we're processing things differently to make ourselves feel comfortable. So I would process things in my mind and say, no, it's not jealousy, it's something else. I would even say, it's not even me, it's the person. They're just weird, they're just too much, I just don't like them, we don't click, we don't really get on, they're like this, they're like that. I'm shifting blame. That's what we do. We'll shift the blame. We'll make the person seem like the problem. Because the person is excelling, because the person is doing bits, because the person is doing all these great things, you start to think that they're just doing too much. And in your head, it's their problem, it's their fault, you haven't done anything. It's them. It's you. If you look at Proverbs 6:34, it says, for jealousy makes a man furious, and he will not spare when he takes revenge. And that's what jealousy does. It plants a seed of anger in you towards a person. And when you really look into it and you ask yourself, why am I actually angry at this person? You won't be able to find a fault. You will not be able to find something that they've done that causes you to be as angry as you are. I remember years ago, this is quite a while ago, a girl came to me and she said, you know what, Cindy, I have to apologise to you because I've been envious towards you, but I don't know why, and it's caused me to act weird with you. And I was just shocked because, like, me and her were cool. Like, there was no, in my eyes, there was no awkwardness. It was just, everything was fine. But in herself, she said that she felt envious because of different things and whatever, like, you know, because of different things. And you know what? I completely respected her for that. I was in shock because I never saw that or felt awkward towards it. But I was just in awe, because I said to myself afterwards, would I be able to do that? Would I be able to go to someone and say, you know what, I repent, please forgive me because this is how I've been feeling towards you? Another thing that envy can do is cause you to have a strong desire to be around the person that you're envious of. For example, if there's something that you're working on or, you know, you want to excel in, you'd probably get a mentor or advice from someone who is an expert in that field or is, you know, doing great things, and, you know, they have wisdom to share with you. That is a healthy way of being around someone. I call that positive engagement. Now, the negative engagement is when you're just being a leech, where you just want to suck someone dry. So you have to just be very careful about the people that are around you and the people that you want to be around also, because you need to identify, am I actually envious of this person? So you just really need to be careful and really just reflect and analyze yourself, because this envy can be disguised as you being inspired by them and you just thinking that they're amazing and you just wanting to be mentored by them. That is okay if that is really what it is. And that's another thing, like your motives will expose so much, within you. So you need to be aware of what your motives are and know that, okay, what are my motives in this friendship? Why am I befriending this person? Do I actually like them? Am I interested in their well-being? Am I going to encourage them? Would I be offended if they surpass me? Would I be offended if they do better than me? Would I be offended if they get acknowledged and respected before I do? Would I be offended and jealous of them if they have more clients or they make more money than I do? Would I be offended, or would I celebrate them? Would I be happy for them? Would I push them more? Would I repost their work? Like, would I do that? When you are really struggling with jealousy and comparison, you're walking in blindness, because you cannot actually see things for what they really are. You cannot see yourself for the way that you really are. You cannot see the other person for what they really are. And it causes you to have this spirit of competition where you're constantly trying to beat the person who you're supposed to be standing next to, the person who you're supposed to be holding hands with. There are some people who believe that a little bit of jealousy is healthy because it can motivate you to actually start doing the things that you need to be doing, and it's kind of like a wake-up call. I understand why people may say that, but the reason why I don't agree with this, because of the above. I never say this word, Ecclesiastes. Am I saying it right? ECC, okay? Abbreviated as ECC. 4:4. Then I saw that all toil and all skill in work came from a man's envy of his neighbour. This also is vanity and a striving after winds. Sometimes you can be working so hard. You're putting in the work, you're putting in the time, you're putting in the energy, you're putting in the finances, you're working and you're working and you're working. And it can be a good thing where you are actually seeing results from all this work that you're doing. But again, going back to motives, what has inspired you to do that? Is it because you're seeing someone else doing great and you say to yourself that I can do great too, I can be great as well, I can even do better than what you're doing? Or is it a genuine, you know what, I need to get up, I need to really wake up from my sleep and slumber? And that's the thing, especially with gifts that God has given you, with missions and with mantles that the Lord has put on you, and you have been dormant and you've been asleep with those things, and you see someone else operating in that. Say for instance, if you operate in the prophetic, but you have been dormant and you've been lazy with that gifting, and you go to church, you go to a conference, and you see people, you know, operating in the prophetic, or you see people, you know, being ministered to, and you feel like, but what about me? And then you start forcing yourself to hear from the Lord, or you start saying, oh, the Lord is saying this, and everything you want to see, every vision you want to say this from the Lord, every sound that you hear, some small chuku chuku chuku, the Lord is saying that we should be blah blah. Like, no, you heard chuku chuku. Just say that you heard chuku chuku chuku. You didn't hear anything. And the thing is, yeah, the Lord really wants to wake us up from our sleep and slumber. He wants us to get up. He wants us to arise. He wants us to stop being lazy. He wants us to really see what it is that we have and what He has instilled in us, because what He's given us is not for ourselves, it's for this earth, it's for this generation. And if we are dormant and if we're asleep, what about those who need us? What about those who need to hear us? What about those who need to see evidence of Jesus Christ, but we're being asleep? So wake up from your sleep and slumber, yes, but there are some of us who will work hard because we're seeing other people doing stuff, and we're working. Yes, we're seeing things happen, but a lot of us are working, but we're asleep. Don't be sleepwalking. Don't do the sleepwalking thing. Don't do the sleep working. That's it. Don't be sleepwalking, because you can be investing in so many different things, but really spiritually you're asleep. Spiritually you're even dead. Spiritually you're not even wake up. Stop doing all this work that is based around envy and comparison and dissatisfaction, and stop sleepwalking. The last thing that I'm gonna say to you is, who do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to be? Do you want to be someone who can have genuine happiness and joy for someone who is doing great, and not feel inferior or feel threatened by them, and really celebrate them? Or do you want to be someone who is constantly trying to be in every race, who's constantly trying to beat someone, is constantly trying to be in competition, is constantly trying to prove that they are great? You didn't have to prove to God that you were worth His blood. You didn't have to prove to God that you were worth dying for. He did it just because He loved you. So celebrate people because you love them. Be happy for people because you love them. Love people because you are loved. Be someone who people can be comfortable sharing good news with. Proverbs 14:30. A sound heart is life of the flesh, but envy is the rottenness of bones. Don't be rotten. Please don't be dread. Just don't be a person. We are called to love one another. And like I mentioned in the beginning, you cannot love one another if you are envious and jealous. I pray that you are truly separated from envy in your life, and that you no longer compare yourself or are dissatisfied with yourself because you see someone else excelling. But I pray that the Lord really wakes you up from your sleep and some slumber, and that you start to do the things that He's called you to do with joy, with peace and with love. As always, I hope that this video has encouraged you. If it has, then give it a thumbs up, and share and comment. So yeah, that's the end of the video, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you have an amazing day. Bye.